Ranking Call of Duties in a fair and unbiased fashion is no easy task. Today we're going to be trying our very best to do exactly that. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to Carnage if you are new. Let's go ahead and build the greatest Call of Duty tier list ever made. Starting off with Call of Duty 1.
Never played it in my life.
What was that, the PlayStation 1?
I believe the original Call of Duty just released on PC, and there is actually still an active client for COD 1.
What?
If we're being objective, just comparing all of the games to COD 1, every other game is better.
Is better.
Everything after this has just been built off of its building blocks.
And with that being said, it's going to F tier.
Wow! Wow!
Out of respect, it's got to at least be D tier.
That brings us to Call of Duty 2.
Is it a step up from the original game?
I think COD 2 is the first
so.
multiplayer that saw like a little bump.
Okay.
C2 is fair then.
The sniping in that game is actually so crisp.
Moving on to Call of Duty 3. The only thing that I remember about Call of Duty 3 is that classic meme.
Oh, yeah,
he's like turned
like,
around.
hey,
how do I quick scope?
I don't
Exactly
think I've
what
seen
you're
that.
talking
What?
I don't think
I've never seen that
either.
before.
Aww.
COD 3 came out in 2006.
I was 5 years old.
COD 3, I remember they added Last Stand, they had a spawn delay, but it actually was like kind of innovative because they had like actual tanks.
So they started innovating a little bit.
If it's got Last Stand, it's definitely going to D tier.
Trauma is what's coming from Call of Duty 3. It's where the worst of the worst that followed through in some of the other CODs was born.
Honestly,
That brings us to Call of Duty 4 Modern freaking Warfare, the game that changed it forever.
I really don't think Call of Duty would be where it's at if it wasn't for COD 4.
I
Yeah.
100% agree.
100% agree.
Since I wasn't around for it during its prime, going back and playing it gave a lot of nostalgia for the stuff that we know like today.
Personally, I think the game is very good. Yes, it set the foundation, but I think in comparison to all of the other games that have followed it, it's very bland.
I do agree
for
with
sure,
that.
but it set that foundation. I feel like it's just got to be given a high title.
If you started playing Call of Duty after those years, of course it's gonna feel bland.
Yeah.
But it's the simplicity that holds the charm in it.
Yes.
Even those maps in COD 4 are brought back even to nowadays Call of Duty.
The only reason I wouldn't put it S tier is because of what Modern Warfare 2 did to follow up.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that's,
yeah,
I
okay.
agree with that. We need to account for the nostalgia. We also have to account for like not comparing it to games in its future.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That places this in A tier.
Yep.
I'm cool with it.
Moving on to World at War. I have never played this game.
Really?
This is a tough one. It's a good game, but it also changed the franchise because of zombies.
That is a good point. We do have to account for zombies.
The multiplayer itself, I mean, it was okay, but the main thing that I remember about this game, and whenever I see people talk about World at War, they always mention how good the zombies
Yep.
is.
I would say that World of War is an easy A-tier game. Banging campaign, banging multiplayer, the origins of zombies.
Basically, Treyarch's COD 4.
I like that.
They're like
like
brother and sister.
I personally would have put it B tier, but
I think these games were just so important for everything moving forward that an A tier ranking is Modern Warfare 2, one of the most arguably iconic Call of Duty titles of all freaking time.
we could say a lot about this game, but I think we already know where it's going as well.
Modern Warfare 2, despite its flaws in my opinion, is still arguably like S tier.
S tier, easy.
Without a doubt.
The campaign, multiplayer, spec ops, like everything about that game.
Aside from Black Ops 2 and Warzone, easily the most impactful on the entire franchise.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, I agree
Yeah,
with that.
not-
Though I didn't really play Modern Warfare 2,
Unbelievable.
it is an S tier game. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, S tiered. I think that's gonna make a lot of people happy. Moving on, Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
Cue it, Willie.
One of the best Call of Duty soundtracks.
Probably the
100%.
most nostalgic
God.
one. This is a tough one, bro. I don't know.
For me, this was my first ever Call of Duty that I played.
Me too.
This holds a special place in my heart.
Let's take a look at Black Ops 1. What did it introduce that was new? Theater mode, the gold camo grind.
One in
We
the
had-
chamber, they had
Ooh, the
those
party
One in
games.
chamber,
One in the
Yeah.
Party
chamber.
games,
The
another
original
dimension.
COD point system in wager matches.
Yep.
That was fun.
Nuketown, we cannot
Maps,
forget about
100%.
Nuketown
Yeah.
firing range. The
Nuketown.
maps that
Iconic.
were introduced, truly iconic. Call of
Some
Duty
of the
maps.
best Call of Duty maps ever.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
We gotta be careful. Remember,
I-
we're trying to build the most perfect tier maker.
I would probably put it S tier, but I will make the argument for A tier. It did a lot of things to upgrade Call of Duty, but I don't think it did one specific thing that like massively changed the franchise.
Fair enough. I wouldn't be mad for A tier.
I think A tier is completely fair.
Moving on to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Now,
F tier.
we will be replacing a member of Carnage later. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 obviously holds a very dear place in my heart. Call of Duty Elite and everything. That's where Carnage began.
You're sitting in school on your iPod Touch, creating your classes in your Call of Duty Elite app, so when you get home, you can try new things.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
insane.
How do we not have
Why
that
did they ever
anymore?
get rid of that?
I know how everybody's already thinking about Modern Warfare 3. I think Modern Warfare 3 had a bigger impact on the franchise than most people give it credit for. And that is the integration of the COD universe. Even on your emblem in-game, you could see the prestiges that you were in previous Call of Duty titles.
Yep.
Yes.
It laid the grounding to what they're trying to build now, this Call of Duty universe.
Yep, it's overshadowed by Modern Warfare 2 for sure. Modern Warfare 2 had a bigger impact, but Modern Warfare 3
Yes,
fundamentally better Call of Duty.
Apollo, I'm so sorry to break your heart, man. A lot of the maps in MW3, they're not as good. The
maps were a downgrade.
The maps and the graphics were a massive downgrade.
The graphics, I'll give you that. I
know,
don't
that is
understand that.
true.
It didn't really set itself apart
Yeah,
from
I
Modern
get that.
Warfare 2.
It was one of the best follow-ups you reasonably could have expected.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to decide between S and A right now, yeah?
Pretty much.
I would agree.
Is it better than BO1?
No.
No.
I would personally say A tier.
But I would not be mad at putting it at A tier.
I could agree with an A tier ranking. Let's move on to Black Ops 2. This is gonna be, I think, a no-brainer.
This
Oh,
is...
man.
Black Ops 1 is better than Black Ops 2. I kind of agree with Apollo, but
my-
BO2 is still an S tier COD.
I mean, it's
Although-
S tier.
So many memories on this game. Amazing competitive scene with league play, amazing multiplayer, solid zombies, all around as a Call of Duty, easy S tier. There should be no argument.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of Call of Duty teams really get started with Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, MW3, but BO2 is where everything
Kicked
exploded.
off. The cut comes.
I'm getting chills thinking about it.
I feel like BO2 was the solidification of COD.
Also, I want to shout out microtransactions were introduced. We could literally get camos for, what, $2.99?
Yeah, yeah. Any gun you
On
wanted.
any gun you wanted.
Quick quiz for everyone here in the call. What happened on July 23rd, 2013?
Nerf the DSR.
My man, I'm glad he knows it right off the rip.
Quit running after
where's it?
Vondo
I'm gonna
right now in
find
the
you,
forest.
Vondo.
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna
right
find
now.
you.
The memories
Oh
you just
my
unlocked,
God.
dude. I might be changing my opinion about Black Ops 2.
There's no way.
I think I have some thinking to do. For the time being, we'll put Black Ops 2 in the S tier.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's-
Call of Duty Ghosts.
I played 3 games of Ghost, returned it, and bought Battlefield.
Honestly, that's fair.
You changed sides, bro.
Being released after a game like Black Ops 2 is so hard. It's definitely not the worst Call of Duty.
The core mechanics of the game were kind of just blech. The maps, oh
Yeah.
my god, what? I don't...
There is maybe 5
Octane?
good maps.
Like, that's
Yeah.
about it? The game was very dull. Ugly, in my opinion.
Ghost at its core is not a terrible Call of Duty, but they tried to reinvent the wheel in so many different ways that they ended up taking steps back.
One last thing about Ghost that I should say that's a positive, the DLCs that they introduced
Yes.
later. With Predator and Michael Myers.
Yes!
Genius ideas.
I don't know. It was kind of an underwhelming game. There was nothing special. The community was weird.
This is our D tier.
Yeah.
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 Moving on to Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. This is around the time where we were given Ghost. We were kind of underwhelmed. The Call of Duty community was asking for big change.
Boy, that's what we got.
This was the introduction of Sledgehammer Games developing a Call of Duty game on their own for the most part. The elephant in the room. Jetpacks. Woo! What's the start? The pitchforks
yeah,
are up.
My pitchfork is not up because
Oh!
I have good things to say.
Yeah, for me personally, I have good things to say too. I kind of enjoyed the change.
It was refreshing for sure.
The increase in skill gap is definitely there.
Yes.
When they introduced supply drops into this game, that was a very big problem.
Definitely the worst thing about AW for sure, the pay-to-win aspect with the supply
Yeah.
drops.
It also introduced the armory and the ability to customize your character in a massive, massive way. The movement, it was clunky in a weird way, but it was also good.
I think AW has the biggest skill gap out of all the jetpack CODs because of how dashy it is.
Right.
I would honestly say that AW is a B tier Call
Yeah,
of
it
Duty.
was a good entry into jetpacks.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad for B tier.
I think B is a good starting spot for it. Moving on to Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 had such a huge impact on the community. It was a very popular game. I would see it hitting in a lot of people's top 3 Call of Duty games.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the game that brought me back to COD.
Really?
Ah, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't include Warzone, I think it's my second most played COD.
Back when this game first released, I actually despised it.
Really?
Noah, I hated this game when it came out.
With the no aim assist being introduced to snipers in this game, it made sniping extremely difficult.
I think Black Ops 3 was a better follow-up to BO2 than Modern Warfare 3 was to Modern Warfare 2.
That's a fair point.
I would put it high A or low S.
Let's not forget about this. It did introduce specialists.
Forgot about that.
It was controversial.
If you run Nomad, I cannot trust you guys.
No, I couldn't either.
In my opinion, I think it has the best DLC of all time. The
Dude,
DLC.
80 plus DLC weapons.
A lot of it can be pay to win because it still had that really bad supply drop system.
True.
To whittle this down, can we all agree that it's at least an A?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely an A tier.
Yeah.
It's top A tier at the minimum for me.
Top A tier, I think, is its place.
Infinite Warfare.
You guys are sleeping on IW. That campaign multiplayer, and I've heard so many good things about the zombies.
I don't care what you say. You couldn't pay me. You could not convince me that Infinite Warfare is anything but F tier.
It's F.
I'm sorry.
Unanimously, if you
The campaign's
pull,
the only thing that's good about that game.
Multiplayer is great.
that
Oh,
game
Lord.
is
Oh,
not
Lord.
Call of Duty.
Robot dogs.
It is
Robot
not-
dogs.
That game is not
That's
Call
all I
of
have to
Duty.
say.
Bro, it ain't COD. It ain't COD.
I'm sorry, I love Infinity Ward, but that is the worst Call of Duty of all time. Splitgate is more Call
Yeah.
of Duty than Infinite Warfare.
I don't think it's F tier, but it's like C or D, I think.
C just made my heart drop. Yeah, let's go D.
Call of Duty World War II.
I mean, the colors in this game compared to Black Ops 3, night and day, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Let's talk about their equivalent to Dark Matter. Chrome?
To be fair, they tried to keep it grounded to World War II
Right.
at the time. I think that the maps are just not it.
Underwhelming.
I think it's one of the least memorable CODs we've ever had.
Surprisingly, it's actually
In
one of my
recent
favorite
year, yeah.
CODs in recent years.
What?
I do
Yeah.
understand the hatred before the overhaul, but especially after the overhaul, there was definitely a lot of pros going back and playing.
The most futuristic COD of all time, and then the most historic COD of all time. Such a
That
stark
contrast,
difference.
which limited us with weapons, fun camos, bright colors. It was bare bones kind of again.
C or D?
C tier.
I can go
I'm
with
gonna
that.
say C.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4. It's a very controversial Call of Duty game, but it was kind of us coming out of the dark ages in a weird
Yes.
way and reinvigorating the Call of Duty community in many ways. What did Black Ops 4 introduce to the series?
Not much.
Not much.
A big one that I think, again, doesn't get a lot of credit for is manual health regen.
That's- yeah,
I didn't even
no,
think about
that's
that.
actually very true.
I'm a fan of that too.
I loved it.
Really did add a very nice skill gap.
150 health, and you had that health bar above the head, too.
One of the most skillful CODs.
Well, one big problem was the specialist.
Specialist was horrible.
Don't forget
Yeah.
Torque's razor wire and shield.
Remember how broken the dog was at launch?
Yep.
Beyond broken.
I think BO4, one of the most overhated COD games, and
Yes.
also the worst Black Ops game.
Oh well.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like-
actually, I actually wait. I see Cold War on the list. So.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Gestures was a really cool way to add, not as much in gameplay, but more so like in content creation, to introduce mastercrafts, which we see now as a massive part of Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
This was one of the best competitive COD years.
Comp was amazing.
Where do we place Call of Duty Black Ops 4?
Solid B tier.
B tier.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'd
I'ma
say
go
B tier.
A lot of people that are watching the video right now are probably like, we didn't talk about Blackout.
We should probably talk about Blackout.
Is better than Warzone.
Whoa!
At its core fundamentals, the way that you actually play a battle royale game, Blackout is far better than Warzone.
Rage's got some
I
takes.
I
He's got
disagree
some
with that.
takes.
Blackout was Call of Duty dipping its toes into the water. Warzone
and
was
then-
Call of Duty laying its dick
Dude,
on the
like,
table and
taking it
saying,
over.
this is
And-
Battle Royale now.
I found more satisfaction and enjoyment of doing well in Blackout over doing well in Warzone.
I love Blackout. I think Blackout and Warzone are both phenomenal Battle Royales.
The aspect of bringing Call of Duty locations to it, the way you looted, the way you dropped in, it was a really solid Battle Royale experience.
Blackout was free to play and crossplay. Oh, it'd
Blackout
be,
died in 3
It would
months.
have been huge.
Couldn't play Blackout after 3 months. It died on PC.
And I don't think it had the same fighting chance again because it wasn't free to play, wasn't cross-play. What are you guys thinking on the tier?
I would just put it right next to Black Ops 4 at B.
Me too.
Yep, that's fine.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the biggest Call of Duty game of all freaking time.
Incredible game.
The release of Modern Warfare and the release of Warzone single-handedly brought back Call of Duty to the forefront.
Let's objectively lay out everything that this game has done, because
Yes.
I don't think people
Yes.
understand. Crossplay, a brand new engine,
Free DLC.
live service, the biggest change in Call of Duty as a whole ever.
It was that change that like we needed.
And it added a whole new player base.
It brought back a lot of people.
It's kind of in a weird spot for the multiplayer. The maps weren't well well received.
The maps were like a 2 out of 10, man.
If they had better 3 lanes, bro, and they were smaller.
Yes.
And that also plays into the traditional mini-map too.
Ah, yep.
I was gonna put this game S because it's done so much for the franchise.
The impact is undoubtable.
The core multiplayer at its foundation, though, I think is bottom of the barrel F tier.
Oh, wow.
Probably more than the next 2 games combined, the most impactful game on Call of Duty's history. For that reason, I would put it S tier.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Warzone. You can't ignore it.
It's a point of culture.
It is a cultural phenomenon.
Fortnite 2.0.
We could sit here and talk about Warzone for probably 30 minutes, but we all know what it is.
And it's still evolving. It's a live service.
They really knock it out of the park with Warzone 2.0. It's going to be the biggest thing.
Easily.
S tier.
It has to be an S tier. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
A tier.
Oh, it's gonna get heated in here. I can already tell.
Interesting.
Are you being serious?
Kind of an underwhelming Call of Duty, I'm gonna be honest.
This feels like Black Ops 1 to Modern Warfare 2, but it just didn't have the oomph. It was just kind of mid.
There was nothing that like really made the game stand out in my opinion.
Almost just boring to play.
C for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that guy in C. That leaves us with Call of Duty Vanguard. What the hell?
I don't know what happened.
What happened here?
Let's be done with the games of the past.
I just want to know why we went to World War II again.
Too many World War II games. We gotta travel to the multiverse or something.
It is the epitome of Warzone Simulator.
And I don't think it really introduced anything crazy new. The maps were really subpar. It just feels like the game's like physically broken.
The multiplayer just does nothing to set itself apart.
D tier for me. Maybe even F tier.
I got nothing to say. F.
This is an F tier Call of Duty game. I'm putting Warzone in God tier.
Same.
I'm putting Black Ops 2.
Warzone can't be that just because at its core, Call of Duty has always had its focus on 6v6
Yep,
multiplayer.
I agree.
I feel like we're choosing between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2 regardless.
And it also depends on how old you are.
Yes!
My opinion is Black Ops 2 because it's overall, from zombies to comp to multiplayer to storyline, the most balanced.
It's the most complete.
I think I'm changing my opinions as
Just
we
face
are
it, Apollo.
speaking right now.
Move it now.